Each year, a global livability index is published which details the best and worst cities to live and work in the world. The 2022 edition has just been released, and with it, the top 10 places to live in the world right now have been revealed. 172 cities worldwide are scored in the index across the categories of stability, healthcare, culture and entertainment, education and infrastructure, all culminating in an all-round score that creates the definitive list. So what exactly are the most livable cities in 2022? Looking at the top 10, metropolises in Western Europe and Canada reign supreme. But those in Australia and Japan rank high as well. And before you even look, be warned that 0 U.S. cities made the cut, again. 18 U.S. states included in the classification, but none of them came in the top 10. Washington, D.C. ranked 30th. As for Atlanta, Georgia, it came in 18th place as the best city to live in the United States, according to the rating. As for the United Kingdom, London and Manchester are ranked 27th and 26th, respectively. Counting down, here are the 10 best places to live in the world. Number 10, Melbourne, Australia. Overall rating, 9 to 5.1. Although it slid in the ranks from number 8 to number 10 this year, Melbourne remains one of the most livable cities in Australia and the entire world. The city nabbed the number 1 spot for 7 years in a row before dropping 3 years ago. The city shines with all of Australia's best traits: sophisticated, stylish, free-spirited, and continues to attract travelers with its world-class art and famed coffee and cuisine. Number 10, Osaka, Japan. Overall rating, 9 to 5.1. Tied with Melbourne, but for very different reasons, is Osaka, Japan's third largest city and something of a hidden gem, as anyone who has ever visited will tell you. It got top marks for healthcare, but culture and environment let it down, which is interesting seeing as it has one of the best, if not the best, food scenes in the country. Number 9, Amsterdam, Netherlands. Overall rating, 9 to 5.3. Who wouldn't want to live in Amsterdam? It's the perfect size to give you both space to roam anonymously, but also the ease of access to cycle pretty much anywhere. Add to that the beautiful canals, distinctive architecture, and endless plethora of places to eat and things to see, and you'd find it hard to come up with a reason not to move here. Its lowest scores were on stability and education, but they are still in the 90s. Number 8, Toronto, Canada. Overall rating, 9 to 5.4. Toronto has the appeal of a big city without many of the common downsides. It's clean, safe, easy to get around, and extremely friendly. Best of all, it benefits from Canada's famously great healthcare and education systems. Downtown Toronto has a vibrant arts and theater district and great restaurants, plus waterfront views that will make you forget about anywhere else you've lived. Number 7, Frankfurt, Germany. Overall rating, 9 to 5.7. Frankfurt climbed an impressive 32 places to land at number 7 this year. The German city is one of Europe's biggest financial hubs, so it attracts a fair share of expats looking for jobs. But there are plenty of draws beyond business opportunities, like the world's largest book fair, a cityscape featuring both glitzy skyscrapers and a cobblestoned old town, and one of the busiest airports in Europe. Number 6, Geneva, Switzerland. Overall rating, 9 to 5.9. Despite being one of the most expensive cities in the world, Geneva proves its livability with a perfect healthcare score. It is the home of the Red Cross, after all, and high numbers for stability and infrastructure. There's no denying the city's natural beauty, either. It boasts expansive views of the Alps and Jura Mountains, and, of course, is home to Lake Geneva. With a daily commute that gorgeous, we can see why people are eager to move here. Number 5, Vancouver, Canada. Overall rating, 9 to 6.1. Second best on the list for Canada, which dominates the top 10, is Vancouver, the seafront city right on the western edge of the country. Ask anyone about it and you'll immediately want to book a holiday or even move there for its winning combination of cosmopolitan attractions and natural beauty. They also say that it's one of the friendliest places you could go to, so that only adds to the impeccable scores. Number 3, Calgary, Canada. Overall rating, 96.3. However, if it's Canada you're looking to relocate to then for 2022, Calgary is the best place to live. It may not be quite as big or famous as Vancouver and Toronto, but it beats them both with an impressive top score for infrastructure. Again, nature lovers will be at home here, given you can see mountains from pretty much anywhere in the city. Number 3. Zurich, Switzerland. Overall rating, 96.3. Tied with Calgary is Zurich. Switzerland's largest city and economic hub may seem one-dimensional at first glance, with a reputation for being hyper-efficient and severe. The fact that you'll find spotless streets and trains that always run on time is true, but the city is full of surprises. Come summertime, you'll find citizens swimming in the Limmat River, playing volleyball in the parks, and riding their bikes to grab scoops of gelato. Zurich also is something of a haven for young creatives, which means you can find plenty of art galleries and fantastic restaurants. Number 2. Copenhagen, Denmark. Overall rating, 98. Despite its reputation for churning out cutting-edge restaurants and hotels, Copenhagen has an ageless charm that makes you want to keep going back. The whimsical 1800s-era Tivoli Gardens puts all other amusement parks to shame. While the bohemian community of Christiania is a hazy, verdant dreamland, the city is expensive, but you don't necessarily need a fat wallet to enjoy it. Public parks and free galleries abound, and the infrastructure makes it one of the most bike-friendly places in the world. Number 1. Vienna, Austria. Overall rating, 99.1. Vienna was missing from last year's top 10 due to pandemic-prompted closures, but it has reclaimed the top spot this year, a position it also held in 2018 and 2019. The city earned a perfect score in nearly every category, benefiting from a thriving arts and culture scene and incredible healthcare and education. Between visiting the opera, touring the gardens at Schönbrunn Palace, and sampling Sachertorte chocolate torte, you'll never get bored here. Plus, the local government puts a lot of resources behind infrastructure and housing, so the cost of living is far lower than in comparable European cities.